Hex is another digital currency that vows to upset the manner in which we contemplate cash. Not at all like customary government-issued types of money constrained by national banks. Hex is decentralized, implying that it isn't dependent upon the impulses of states or monetary establishments. All things considered, Hex is overseen by an organization of PCs that anybody can join. This makes Hex stronger to control and expansion and gives clients more command over their funds. Furthermore, Hex is intended to be more easy to understand than other digital currencies, with a simple-to-utilize point of interaction and straightforward exchanges. Subsequently, Hex can possibly turn into the following large thing in the crypto world. Hex outline. Hex is another digital money that is promoted as the first blockchain testament of store. The thought behind Hex is that it will give a method for people to procure interest on their cryptographic money property. To do this, Hex will utilize the verification of stake framework. One of the primary selling points of Hex is that it vows to be considerably more productive than conventional financial balances. For instance, Hex cases that clients will actually want to acquire up to 10% yield on their possession. However, 10% yield isn't the most extreme, since the bigger the stake and the more you stake, the more prominent yield you can get. Additionally, Hex not entirely settled to offer low expenses and quick exchange times. In this way, Hex could turn into a considerably more appealing choice for those hoping to put resources into digital currency. Be that as it may, there are interesting points prior to putting resources into any digital currency. To start with, digital currency is a profoundly unpredictable resource class, so financial backers ought to be ready for huge cost swings. Second, since crypto resources are not managed by any focal power, there is a higher gamble of misrepresentation or burglary. At long last, as most digital forms of money have no natural worth, their costs depend entirely on hypothesis. In light of these dangers, financial backers ought to painstakingly gauge the advantages and disadvantages of putting resources into Hex prior to pursuing any choices. Hex Value Expectation 2023. As per the specialized examination of Hex costs expected in 2023, the base expense of Hex will be 3 cents. The greatest level that the Hex cost can reach is 4 cents. The typical exchanging cost is normal around 3 cents. Likely return on initial capital investment, 69.2% by Hex value estimate for January 2023. In view of the value vacillations of Hex toward the start of 2022, crypto specialists expect the typical Hex pace of 2 cents in January 2023. Its base and greatest costs can be anticipated at 2 cents and at 2 cents. Separately, expected return for capital invested, 7.7% by February 2023. Hex value gauge cryptographic money specialists are prepared to declare their conjecture at the Hex cost in February 2023. The base exchanging cost may be 2 cents, while the most extreme could reach 2 cents during this month. Overall, it is normal that the worth of Hex may be around 2 cents. Expected return on initial capital investment, 11.5% by Hex value gauge for WALK 2023. Crypto examiners have really looked at the value changes of Hex in 2022 and in earlier years, so the normal Hex rate they anticipate may be around 2 cents in WALK 2023. It can drop to 2 cents as a base. The most extreme worth may be 3 cents. Likely return for money invested, 19.2% by April 2023. Hex value gauge around mid-year 2022, the Hex cost will be exchanged at 2 cents by and large. April 2023 could likewise observe an expansion in the Hex worth to 3 cents. It is expected that the cost won't drop lower than 2 cents in April 2023. Possible return for capital invested, 23.1% by Hex value conjecture for May 2023. Crypto specialists have examined Hex costs in 2022, so they are prepared to give their assessed exchanging normal to May 2023, 3 cents. The least and pinnacle Hex rates may be 2 cents and 3 cents. Possible return for capital invested, 26.9% by June 2023. Hex value conjecture. Crypto experts expect that toward the finish of summer 2022, the Hex cost will be around 3 cents. In June 2023, the Hex expense might drop to at least 2 cents. The normal pinnacle worth may be 3 cents in June 2023. Possible return for money invested, 34.6% by Hex value estimate for July 2023. Having broke down Hex costs, digital currency specialists expect that the Hex rate could arrive at a limit of 3 cents in July 2023. It may, be that as it may, drop to 3 cents. For July 2023, the anticipated normal of Hex is almost 3 cents. Possible return on initial capital investment, 38.4% by August 2023. Hex value estimate around mid-2022, the Hex expense will be exchanged at the typical degree of 3 cents. Crypto examiners expect that in August 2023, the Hex cost could vacillate somewhere in the range of 3 cents and 3 cents. Likely return on initial capital investment, 42.3% by Hex value estimate for September 2023. Market specialists expect that in September 2023, the Hex worth won't dip under at least 3 cents. The greatest pinnacle expected for this present month is 3 cents. The assessed typical exchanging worth will be at the degree of 3 cents. Possible return for money invested, 50% by October 2023. Hex value estimate. Digital currency specialists have painstakingly broke down the scope of Hex costs all through 2022. For October 2023, their conjecture is the accompanying. The greatest exchanging worth of Hex will be around 3 cents, with a chance of dropping to at least 3 cents. In October 2023, the normal expense will be 3 cents. Possible return for capital invested, 53.8% by Hex value gauge for November 2023 in view of the value variances of Hex toward the start of 2022. Crypto specialists expect the typical Hex pace of 3 cents in November 2023. Its base and greatest costs can be anticipated at 3 cents and at 4 cents individually. Possible return on initial capital investment, 61.5% by December 2023. Hex value conjecture. Cryptographic money specialists are prepared to declare their gauge at the Hex cost in December 2023. The base exchanging cost may be 3 cents, while the most extreme could reach 4 cents during this month. By and large, it is normal that the worth of Hex may be around 3 cents. Possible return for money invested, 69.2% by Hex value expectation 2024. After the examination of the costs of Hex in earlier years, it is accepted that in 2024, the base cost of Hex will be around 5 cents. The greatest expected Hex cost might be around 6 cents. By and large, the exchanging cost may be 5 cents in 2024. Hex value expectation 2025. In light of the specialized examination by cryptographic money specialists in regards to the costs of Hex, in 2025, Hex is supposed to have the accompanying least and greatest costs, about 7 cents and 9 cents, separately. The typical expected exchanging cost is 7 cents. Hex value expectation 2026. The specialists in the field of cryptographic money have examined the costs of Hex and their changes during the earlier years. It is accepted that in 2026, the base Hex cost could drop to 10 cents, while its greatest can reach 12 cents. By and large, the exchanging cost will be around 10 cents. Hex value forecast 2027. In view of the examination of the expenses of Hex by crypto specialists, the accompanying most extreme and least Hex costs are normal in 2027, 17 cents and 15 cents. By and large, it will be exchanged at 15 cents. Hex value forecast 2028. Crypto specialists are continually dissecting the changes of Hex. In view of their expectations, the assessed typical Hex cost will be around 23 cents. It could drop to at least 22 cents. Yet it actually could reach 26 cents all through 2028. Hex value expectation 2029. Consistently, digital currency specialists get ready estimates at the cost of Hex. It is assessed that Hex will be exchanged somewhere in the range of 31 cents and 38 cents in 2029. Its typical expense is normal at around 32 cents during the year. Hex value expectation 2030. Digital currency